Hey YouTube, Texas Blades here. Of course, as soon as I start a video, the puppy starts yapping. I've been wanting to do this video for a while. We carried a Spyderco clone. This is the Rubicon clone. This is the Sage 2. This is an actual Spyderco. This one is a knockoff. So we always do the real versus fake, real versus knockoff, whatever you want to call it. We have a playlist over on our channel full of fake blades. I think maybe 2.5 years ago we did one on the Wahoo Killer, which is a Mora clone, and did one on an actual Mora. I think the Mora Companion or something like that. I forget the exact model. So I wanted to add to that playlist by doing one on a Spyderco. I don't have a clone of this knife. This is the Sage 2. This is the Rubicon clone, so it's not the same knife. It's not going to be the same concept, but I did want to touch on a subject real quick that got brought to my attention recently from another guy, the Fat Man, and I had already touched on the subject before I ever seen the video about clones, people hating on clones. Let me just say something. If it wasn't for this Rubicon clone right here, I would have never considered buying a Spyderco knife. So me buying this knife is what made me start looking into Spydercos. I seen how well built the clone was, and I thought, well, you know, if a knockoff is made this well, then the actual thing's got to be made that well. And I didn't actually go with the Rubicon, and I went into reasons for that when I did the update review on the Rubicon clone. I should quit calling it a Rubicon and call it a clone, right? I wanted to show you the boxes first. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but the only difference in these boxes are a slight variation of color. The Sage 2 is a darker color. I don't know if they make different colored boxes for Spyderco or not. And there's a sticker on the Sage 2. From what I understand, the clones don't come with that sticker. So you can see the boxes are, you know, nearly identical. Of course, the Rubicon's a little bit bigger. But yeah, a lot of people are down in clones right now, you know, and I understand it's an illegal product, more or less. You know, you're looking at something that has Spyderco on it, but it's definitely not a Spyderco. So there's the clone. I should have cleaned it up a little bit. I carried this knife for a little while, and that's what made me want the Sage 2, and not actually the Sage 2, although I am glad I did buy this exact model, because I really love this knife. But I would have never even considered buying this knife if it weren't for that knife. So, you know, there are those of us who have to research something before they buy it. Clones are a good way to do that. You can carry something that's similar to what you're looking into without actually spending all the money on it, because you know this is nearly a $200 knife. This clone cost me a little more than 20, less than 25, somewhere in there. And when you compare them side by side, even the Spyder, whatever the Spyder and the writing is, feels the exact same. It says it's the same kind of steel. I can almost guarantee you it's not. What is it? S30B, CPM S30B. It says this is the same steel. I can assure you it's not. This one doesn't hold an edge as well as this one, and that's just taking a factory edge and using it in, you know, everyday tasks. This one doled out a lot quicker than this one has. I babied this one for about 2 weeks. I've been carrying this one for close to 2 weeks now. Maybe a little more, maybe 3 weeks, and it still has the factory edge on it. So I can kind of compare the edges on the two, and I can tell you this is a better steel. I don't think the actual clone is made out of actual S30B. So, or maybe the heat treat's different. I don't know. I really don't know what the differences are in that, but I can tell you as far as functionality, the knives are quite similar. They both open really easy, glide open. The frame lock, you get, you know, near full coverage on both of them. A little less on the Sage, actually. But it's still about 75% on this one. 80%, somewhere in there. Good enough for me anyways. As long as it's not 50-50, I'm good with that. And the frame, this is a liner lock, this is a frame lock, so there is a difference. But this is a lot thicker, so you still have more coverage on this blade than you do on this one. If you look at it, you have more still underneath this blade than you do on this one. Which again, liner lock, frame lock, I know you can't really compare the two. There is a difference, but this is one of the best made clones I've ever came across, and we've ran through quite a few different kinds here on our channel, and I've came across others that I've never done videos on. So just because people hate on clones, they hate clones, and they get mad when you show a clone on your channel. I always get some kind of, at least one hate comment on every video where I show a clone, so I don't care. This is a segment we do, what we've been doing since we started our channel, of real versus knockoff, so we're going to continue to do it. But don't get me wrong, I'd much rather have this knife in my pocket. This is still not a bad buy for the price, so very cheap. That's going to be it for this one. Thanks for watching, YouTube.